Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Rick here. It's been a while since I haven't come up with a video, and I just wanted to talk to you about something that's been really getting at me lately. And that's, the fact that we're just always complaining. A mentor once said to me that complaining is the number one tell of a non-winning player. As people, we're just always complaining about something or the other. We look at this as the reason why we're not succeeding and why we're not as successful as we want to be. We complain that we are poor. We complain that we don't have privilege. We complain that we are minorities. We complain that we are born into a world that is structurally biased against us. And these complaints, my friend, are the reason we don't do anything to change our own lives. I like to get to the surface of things. I always like to get to the surface of things and to get down to the heart of a matter. The truth is that when we're doing this complaining, the truth is that we want what others have. That's the real truth. And we storytell to ourselves how they have it by cheating while we have been just unlucky victims. That's a typical classic victim mentality. And this prevents us from getting started on the journey to actually bettering ourselves. And this is why today I'm going to do this piece on how we can start something from nothing. That's what I believe is the alternative to complaining, is to go ahead and start something from nothing. Developed countries didn't become developed. They didn't just start out developed, do they? Good companies didn't just start out, as good companies. Great companies didn't just start out as great companies. Rich cultures didn't begin as rich cultures, but they worked to get themselves there where they are right now. The British Empire, do you know what? When it started, it was just a bunch of people sitting on an island, and they decided to get started. Japanese engineering acumen it just started as a couple of feudal lords. There were some feudal lords out there who decided to get started. So I want to say, stop being jealous of what others have and look into your own life to see what you can use to start building success into your life. When we're jealous, we don't count what we have. Because if we did, we'd realize that, we have quite a number of resources available to us that we can use to become who we want to be. And, I look at this, for instance, we have life and health, we have time, you have a mind. These are just 3 examples of, things that could change the game for you if you appreciated these things. Let's look at life. With a life, just being alive, you have a body that you can use to get a job. No matter how small that job is, you can use it as a first step to success. In my book, my first book I ever wrote, Minimum Wage Revolution, right here, available at Amazon. You'll see it in a link in here. In this book, I talk about what you can do with a small job. Do you know how many people wish that they had the ability, maybe they could walk and they could go out, get a little job and make some money? You don't know this. Second thing you have, with time. Time is another treasure that you've been given. With time, you can work on yourself to make yourself a more formidable person in your life. 4 years invested in an university education, for example, can make you, a knowledgeable practitioner in your chosen craft. Just 4 years. That's the power of time. You can project who you want to be in 5 years' time and spend 5 years becoming that. That is the gift you have with time. And your mind is another gift that you've been given. What your mind will do, it'll open the oyster of life for you, just to show you the pearl that's inside. By using your mind, you can use it to solve problems. And when you solve problems, you can get yourself a seat with the movers and the shakers of this world. Problem solvers, my friends, are highly sought after people. Problem solvers are highly sought after. They are highly paid. So if you can get your mind to the place where it's used to solving problems, that will be a great place for you to be. Or would you rather complain? That's the question of life. Would you rather complain about the state of your world, the state of the world that you're in? The value of these things, I think, is underestimated. I think it's underestimated. And here's why it's underestimated. It's underestimated because we're too busy looking over the fence, looking at what other people have. Oh, look at these guys. Oh, look at these guys. Look at this community. Look at this family. But instead, if you started working with the little that you have, you could get somewhere within a few years. But if you only complain, you're going to find yourself at the same spot 10 years from today. If today, me and you, we go and I start doing something with nothing and you just keep complaining, in 10 years' time, you will see the difference. I will have moved on and created things and created the success that I want, and you would still be at the same level you are right now. So I never want to finish without giving some practical steps. And that's what I'm going to give you. Here's some practical steps that I want, if you want to get started in your own endeavor right now to create something out of your own life. So number one step to getting started and getting, starting something, creating something from nothing, getting started. Number one, pinpoint your source of inspiration. Inspiration will keep you going as you navigate even those fruitless years. Because with everything, there will be some years, the beginning years, where you're feeling, almost nothing's happening. It's like you're pushing a rock up a mountain. It's very, very tough and it's not looking like much is happening as you're going. But when you get to the top, it just, rolls down at the end. Inspiration. It's better to do something that you're inspired to do because you're less likely to give up. That's number one. Find inspiration. Pinpoint that inspiration. Number two, turn that inspiration into ideas through meditation. This is where your mind comes in. Your mind is a tool to dwell over your subject. Every time you're inspired, until some ideas just start to come along. Great artists used to wait. They used to wait for the ideas to come. I remember, like, if you read stories of people like Picasso and Michelangelo, they tell you that they were waiting for inspiration. They called it from God, but it was an inspiration that they were waiting for. Listening to music, I find that dreaming, and I find that even sometimes reading can, they're activities that creative people use to get ideas. Number three, create a mental picture of the prototype of the solution that's in your mind. So whatever the idea that's come to you, use your mind to create the prototype mentally, a mental picture of that prototype. Now, this is a crucial part because where you have a vision in your head of the idea of what products or services that you want, what they will look like. If you wanted to build a house, for example, you actually take your requirements and you take your specifications to an architect, and the architect, she then turns it into a picture. And that picture is actually now your house. That is actually your house, because all it needs is to be taken to the next level. And that's step number 4. Step number 4 becomes invent that prototype, your prototype physically. This is where you should work hard to bring your mental work to turn it into something tangible. If it's not tangible, it can't benefit anyone. This is my main gripe with my tribe, Christians, and people. We got so many things that are spiritual and mental, but that it's not tangible. Only tangible things will benefit humanity. And number 5, in getting started, once you've got all these steps going, tell the world about what you have. Once you have your invention, once you have your innovation, once you have your creation, then tell people about it. Market it, brand it, monetize it, sell it, then move on to the next product. So I hope this helps you guys, and you guys have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.